going on, guys? This is Play by Play Tech, episode 44. I'm your host, Mondog Gaming, along with my co-host, Max Chamberlain, the YouTube star. Well, I think I used that one already.
Yeah, I think you did. What's going on? What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Nothing. Oh, man. So it hasn't been a journey trying to start this episode today. I completely forgot because I've been so crazy busy just working on the house and just it slipped my mind. And then what was making it so crazy, I was actually sitting down just kind of watching the market. And it just and then you
Yeah,
hit me up and you're like
everything is burning.
the market, my eyes watching it is melting.
Oh man,
So
luckily I got out before it got too bad. But I was looking at my portfolio. I was like, everything is melting. I was just like, this is shit.
well, I'm holding. I'm a chill. Eventually, I think I'm going to buy a little bit more of all the ones I'm interested in, and I think I'm gonna just delete the app, stop looking at it, and just keep it moving.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. So that's why I told you to do. Because I told you investing can get really addicting and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I use well, I still do. I look at it every single day because I didn't liquidate everything in my account. I only liquidate certain things to just and just hold off and just wait for a minute. But I have been buying the dips on a lot of stuff. So
Oh yeah. Yep. You're still interested in the same thing, or did you find
yeah,
any new markets to dabble in?
no, no, I haven't really no, I haven't really done anything and stuff like that. So besides the whole market stuff, you been playing any games or?
No, I've been busy working on the house. We're almost done. Just life has been busy. Life, work, just it's just been crazy. I still haven't gotten into Resident Evil. I haven't played it not once. The last time I played it was a demo. But that's what I will be streaming soon, hopefully.
What the heck?
Coming
How
up.
can you not been watching Resident Evil? How can you not been playing Resident Evil?
I know. And then I kind of been avoiding like all trailers. I've been avoiding, our peoples who stream it. Just I'll get in there. I'll show them some love. I'll send them some money. I'm like, all right, I'm backing out because I don't want to see it because I don't want to spoil it for myself. And then every time I go on YouTube, you see a lot of people with all the modding stuff. Everybody has modded this game to the T. So it's
Oh
just
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I got pretty far in the game. I stopped. I think I'm halfway through it. Actually, I'm very certain I'm halfway through it. But I had to take a break. It's just I got really busy at work, and then on top of that too, the reason why I didn't come out with a video yet this week is because I'm getting my basement done. So you should see something shortly. Oh, excuse me. Woo, goodness gracious. So you should see something shortly this week. I'm gonna do kind of like a video just on my basement renovation and stuff like that. Nothing too technology and nothing too techy and stuff like that. Just gonna show what's been going on and why I haven't been putting out videos like consistently on a Monday or a Tuesday and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things that getting the basement done is it's a lot of work and it's a lot of noise and stuff. So
yeah, I understand. I've been there, I've done that, and then you think about all the neighbors, like, like man, they're gonna be pissed at me or irritated with me, but whatever. I mean, it's like a one time thing, and it's not like it's gonna be every day for the rest of their lives. So, I,
well, it's not interrupting my neighbors at all. It was just I think the first so a couple of things. So I know when they first started, yeah, it's been very loud and stuff. I'm surprised my daughter is able to sleep through all this stuff, but like the house was shaking because there was like redoing like the whole basement, doing the framing and stuff, and yeah, it was just crazy. And then when we had the plumber come over, he was doing some concrete. He broke up all the concrete for the bathroom, and that was so loud. It was like literally our house was like shaking and stuff. And my daughter was taking a nap, and she was just sleeping like a baby. And I was like, "This is crazy,"
it's
and
crazy how
stuff.
the
So
kids they sleep through certain things, and then the things that are actually pretty quiet, they won't sleep through it, and you're sitting here like,
yeah, it's
I
so
don't
weird.
get
It's
it.
like I can make a sneeze just like I did a second ago. She'll wake up, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And I said, "But you could sleep through." all this other noise, like literally, you could hear it. It's like we was hearing it from our bedroom and stuff, and you could hear it from the basement. And even on certain days when I was working, I had to take my laptop to upstairs in another room just so my coworkers couldn't hear me when I was on some of the calls and stuff. So,
Oh wow.
and it's,
So I had to be
yeah,
pretty loud.
it
All right. So
was pretty bad. Yeah.
there's another game that just came out. You know, kind of switch it back to the games. Didn't Hood Outlaws come out for PS5? Yeah, that's the one where they showed it in the the only way I remember this game, and this is the funny part about it is that when this guy took an arrow and shot it in somebody's face, and you see the arrow stay in his face, and he just fall backwards. But it's some sort of thief type of Robin Hood type of 4v4 or 5v5 battle that I was interested in. It looks pretty fun, but you know, looking at some of the results online, it doesn't look like it's doing pretty well. So, but I have to see for myself. So I think
Mhm.
I believe that game came out the same time as Resident Evil came out, but Resident Evil got so much shine. You know, I mean
Oh,
that's a major game. You know, it's hard to
that game is
compete.
fun.
Yeah, it's hard to compete when you got a major game like that and a new one that's trying to come on the market. So that's why
Yeah.
I always tell people, well, not tell people, but I always say, you know, when you got a game, you're trying to establish something, don't ever release it around the same time a major game comes out. Why do you think a lot of games don't come out when Call of Duty comes out on a certain day? They either come out the day before or the day after, and a lot of people try to beat the
Yeah.
before, right? Because once people start playing Call of Duty, you know, they won't play the. I'm a prime example. I get into my phases where I play nothing but Call of Duty for a few months, and then I'm like, all right, I need to play a different game because I feel like I neglected everything. Like, to be honest with you, I went through this. I'm going through this again, Max. I haven't cut on my PlayStation almost 2 months now
That's crazy.
because I've been playing the Xbox. I'm
You know
playing
how
it,
many people are, you know how many people be heated at you right now because they're still trying to get a PlayStation 5?
and I'm not even playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, people are so heated right now. Yeah, because you can't get one. You can't get a PlayStation 5 or Xbox. It's kind of like almost impossible to get one and
Yeah,
stuff. So
they
it's
said this problem will probably last until next year. I mean,
yeah,
this is
man.
surprising to
I
me.
don't yeah, it's yeah, that what the thing is that it's the demand and stuff. People, a lot of people are buying stuff, and a lot, and then on top of that, a lot of items are requires chips and stuff. So nowadays, so
Yeah, the
things are getting
semiconductor shortage
smarter.
is not makes it any better. I mean, it's even affected the automotive industry, you know. So and then what's crazy is that Sony and Microsoft did say that they're producing systems more than ever before. So they're producing it at the volume of their expectations, but it's still not enough. It's still not enough because people are buying these things left and right. And what I mean by people, you already know what we're getting at. You got the bots, you
Mm,
got the scalpers, right? So the moment something goes live, or the moment somebody says something about a restock, they go to wherever these places are and they just snatch them all. And then next thing you know, you got to go to
yeah,
eBay, you got to go to StockX, you got to go, you know, I, I'm just shooting it out there. Let Go, is that still a thing? Let Go, is that still out?
I never even used that, so I don't even
I've
know if
never
it
used it
is or
either.
isn't. Yeah,
You
so
know, but yeah, you know, you got all these places, and I mean, it always makes you feel like, why is everybody ahead of the game more so than me? Sometimes you think like, oh man, I got a heads up start on this thing, and then you get on there and everything's sold out. Like there's been times where Max and I, we try to help out a buddy of ours to get a system, and we're all on there at the same time, and within 30 seconds they're all gone. You know, so it's just, yeah, I mean, it's this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous for the whole
yeah,
thing. I still say, please do not go out and spend. Don't even spend $100. Don't even spend $50 more for these consoles, because I'm telling you, eventually, the consoles are gonna be so available that you're gonna be pissed that you spent $1,000 and everybody and their mother can get one. And then we had the early phases of the console, so like all the creativity when you're in this generation has not even been released yet. I mean, you got the Monkey King, you got the Crimson Desert, the what's the new one that you showed me? Lost something, the new game. So there's, and those
yeah.
games are not even all. They may not even come out this year. You know, so I
I
wouldn't
think they
even.
will. I don't know. There's gonna. I think there's gonna be a lot of games going to be coming out this year, but it like I said, it's the demand. Everybody's buying stuff. It just I don't know what to say and stuff. They can't keep up with the demand and stuff, and they keep on saying the supply shortages. Yeah, there is a supply shortage, but I think at the same time too, it's a lot more people are buying computers, anything with a chip that requires a chip is pretty much sold out and stuff. GPUs, CPUs, I mean, you name it and stuff. Everybody uses it and
Like
stuff.
TVs,
People working from
TVs is
home,
affected by it.
TVs
Yeah,
uses it, consoles,
cell phones. I
laptops,
mean, it's
cell
ridiculous.
phones, cars. I mean, it just pretty much yeah, anything uses that nowadays. So I mean, it's hopefully it'll get better and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those situations.
Yeah. So anyway, let's hit the main thing for today. So this is some very exciting news. Dolby Vision for the Xbox.
You mean Dolby Vision Gaming? Make sure you're specific.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Dolby
Dolby
Vision
Vision Gaming.
Gaming. Okay.
Yeah,
Be-
you have to say Dolby Vision Gaming because Xbox already had Dolby Vision and stuff. So
yeah.
for the apps for the streaming apps and stuff. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about the Dolby Vision Gaming. So I know there's a handful of games. I try to use it on my TV, but I don't know what games I'm able to play Dolby Vision. I was trying to look for a list for the longest time. I still can't even find what games you can play Dolby Vision or not. But I know I'm one of the beta testers for Xbox, the insider testing and testers. And I know when you go to your TV settings, and this is something that I should show on the video. I wasn't thinking about it this week, but there is Dolby Vision. There's 4K 120, and there's Dolby Vision at 60 frame. Then there's Dolby, and then they got Dolby Vision Gaming at 4K 120. So they have that option now, and I don't know what games utilize that. The only reason I think it's such great news when it comes to this, and I think people really don't realize how great this is that for HDR10, it's good, but I'm tired of constantly when I load a game, like let's just say like Resident Evil Village, that's a very good example. They have their own HDR settings, which I hate doing. I had to toggle from right to left trying to figure out the max brightness and the black details on each game that I play. And it's constantly you constantly have to switch it back and forth just to get the perfect setting. When you got Dolby Vision Gaming, on the other hand, it automatically switches everything, all your settings to the perfect settings that you need for that game. So it's no more switching the HDR brightness or darkness on there. So it's like that's the type of stuff that I'm like really excited for when it comes to Dolby Vision gaming. But what's interesting though is that no TVs as of right now support Dolby Vision gaming at 4K 120 and stuff. LG supposed to come out with a firmware update for their new 2001 one LGs, but I don't know if 2020 LG TVs is going to get it. So that's
I don't think so
interesting.
either because they tried to update the CX models to support more of the what you would get when you were supposed to have the full bandwidth, but it still wasn't, because of the hardware, it still wasn't the same. But they did
It
a lot of improvements for the 4K
well
120 and the not specifically VR, but just FreeSync and all that stuff. They made the
well
improvements.
now it's starting now they I think LG fixed all that. So it's G Sync compatible and you got FreeSync Premium. So LG did a really good job as in updating their TVs for the specifications. But I don't know how the whole Dolby Vision gaming part goes into it.
hmm
So I'm
I
like
can
I
see
said,
it more
LG.
so the newer models, the C ones and G ones, more so
Yeah,
the
I think the newer models
CXs.
is going to get that
hmm
update. But for me, on the other hand, I have the new Sony A90J and stuff, and I think I told you what one of my one of the biggest negatives about that TV is that for the HDMI 2.1, there's two HDMI 2.1 inputs. I mean ports. There's three and a four. One is for eARC, and the other one is for it's the fourth port. But the issue with that is that when you want to play a 4K 120 game, or you want to watch a Dolby Vision movie, or Dolby Vision, or even play Dolby Vision game when it happens, you had to select one or the other. So it had the
Yeah.
enhanced mode where you could play 4K 120, and then it got enhanced mode Dolby Vision. So you can't have both at the same time, which I do not fucking know why Sony did this. And the reason why I'm cussing is because I've been saying this for the longest time. I just don't understand whoever came up with the idea. Like I said, should have been fired and stuff, because I thought that was the dumbest thing that they ever did. Because the inconvenience of me going switching back and forth from game to say if I want to play something in 4K 120, I have to go to the input on Sony's menu, switch from Dolby Vision to Dolby Vision Gaming. Some people may say like, well, that doesn't really bother me, but yeah, it bothers me because if I decide to get a bigger screen TV, which I'm getting the basement done and stuff, and I'm going to have my surround sound hooked up, I want to hook my HDMI through HDMI port 3, which is eARC for people who knows about the Sony TVs and knows about AV receivers. So if I have uh, one HDMI that's going through the TV, that's going to the AV receiver, I will have to figure out which I want to use. If I want to use 4K 120, I want to use Dolby Vision. Dolby Vision. If I use 4K 120 for the input, and it goes to the receiver is going to output to my other external devices 4K 120. They're not going to be able to do Dolby Vision. Now, if I do Dolby Vision, going from that input to my receivers, then I can't do 4K 120.
Yeah.
So the workaround is that I had to use port 4 to have that HDMI plugged up to my Xbox Series X or my PlayStation 5, and to have that run to the receiver. And that's the only way I'm able to go around to play Dolby Vision in 4K 120 and stuff. That's kind of like the workaround, but it kind of sucks because I hate that I have to choose. I wish they just merged those two
Well,
settings
I mean, you
together.
kind of got to think of there are certain reasons why they do stuff that way. A lot of the times it never makes sense. I mean, just engineers, right? I mean, I've dealt with them before, and they make certain decisions, and you're like, anyway. So, but the presets are there for, of course. Let's just use common sense. The For folks that don't know detail of the internals of HDR and Dolby Vision and everything else, then uh, folks need to understand that um, that's their market sell, right? They say it's this, they say it's that, but they don't really give you the full of it. If you don't keep up with your information, you thinking it's this. And you know what? Let's back it up. Let's take 8K for example. Like right now, you buy 8K TV, they promote all this 8K stuff, and nothing's in 8K right now. The only thing you're getting is an upscaler from an AI chip. So eh,
Yeah.
but what I think they should do for especially for people who are technical savvy is that still keep the presets, keep whatever you want to do, HDR this, Vivid that, standard cinema, and put a manual there, just like DSLR cameras and mirrorless cameras, where you can go straight to manual and you can change it to whatever setting you want. Instead of just giving me only two options, either you want this or you want that, but you can't combine the two because I'm pretty sure folks would love to take Dolby Vision and take some features out of HDR10. I know that's not. I'm just putting stuff together. If somebody wanted to do that and put them together and create a visual quality that they like, I just feel like if you go out there, you spend four, five, six, seven, or maybe $10,000 on a TV, they should be able to have a manual settings where I can put whatever I want in certain areas and how I want it to look. I don't care if I want the whole TV to look gray. You should be able to give me that option. But I mean, you have people out there who hack and find a way, find workarounds, but everybody's not going to know how to do that. So
Yeah.
that's just.
Yeah, so I mean,
So I
so going
understand
back
why
to
presets are there. I understand that, but I don't understand why they don't
yeah,
have a manual settings where you can have full control. Let me destroy my TV. I
yeah.
bought it. I should be able to destroy it if I want to.
Yeah, so it's just going back to the Sony TV. It just those are the things I think I get frustrated on. So if you're not a gamer or anything like that, then I mean, shit doesn't really apply to you and stuff. And you could just enjoy the TV. I still think I don't care what anybody say. I think it's one of the best pictures I've seen in 2021 from Sony TVs and stuff. I looked at some LG TVs and stuff, but I haven't did any like testing on it. But I mean, so far Sony did a good job. But the gaming aspect of the Sony TV, I mean, I said it before. I mean, it's one of the biggest negatives. I think it's shit and stuff. I think they could have did a better job with it. So,
Well, that's not what their focus
uh,
is on. Their focus is on the
yeah,
visuals,
yeah,
not
they
gaming.
focuses on it's the picture. It's the LG on the other hand, they focus on gaming and stuff. Hey, they did a really good job with the gaming and stuff. So that's kind of like it's kind of like pick your poison. It's kind of like Sony is known for the best picture quality and stuff, and LG is they definitely got the name up now. They consider it as one of the best gaming TVs. But it's kind of funny though because there's pros and cons to the LG TV too that I'm hearing. I haven't tested this, so I don't have a Sony. Excuse me, I don't have an LG TV. But what I find it kind of interesting is that um, some people are saying that if you plug your LG, your new LG C10 or C1 into like you have it plugged up to a PS5, you cannot go on you can't really do any like picture settings except for on the game mode side. And so if you go outside of game mode, a lot of stuff is grayed out. And for Sony on the other hand, there's no issues with the Sony TV I'm running into. I could do whatever I want. Same thing on the Xbox Series X. I could do whatever I want when it's hooked up to the Sony. But it's just people are saying it's only happened on the PS5 when they have it plugged up to the LG. But if it's plugged up to the Series X, it's no they could play whatever settings that they want to, which I find it kind of interesting and
Yeah,
stuff. I haven't tested it, but I have seen it on YouTube and stuff. So I don't know if it's just a bug or I don't know if it was intention. Who knows and stuff. So
yeah. Well, I mean, the whole conversation about TVs and how consoles align with it can go on all day. I mean, there's so many things that we would like to see, so many things that we think they could do. There's still a lot of potential that can come out of the consoles to unlock more features on both ends. PlayStation may not be as much as Xbox, but I mean, there's they can push it a lot further. And sometimes when you see these decisions on certain TV manufacturers, it makes you feel like they're not really working with the consoles, but they say they are.
mhm.
So, and it just, I just feel like if you spending the kind of money that we're spending to get all these features and get, uh, I don't know, I can't tell the companies to work with each other. How about that? So you
Yeah.
just got to depend on them to do that. Depend on them to do it. And some do it better than others. Some have areas that are better than others, and that's why people buy certain things. You either go on at one or the other, or unless you just got a bust load of money, just buy both. Have a Sony A90J and a LG G1. You pick what you want to play it on.
Yeah, so I mean, so my dilemma that I'm running into is like when I get the basement done, I'm trying to figure out
What
what
you gonna put
TV I want
down
to put
there?
down there.
Hmm.
Yeah, what I want to put down there, or should I just wait for next year? So that's kind of like one of the things I've been trying to decide. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my speaker setup first for this year, and then work on the TV for next year. But I am going to try to get some TVs just to take a look at it, see if I like it or not for the basement. And if I don't,
Dude,
of course I'm
get
going to
you
be.
a super cheap TV and just put it down there and get the sound right and buy you a nicer TV next year. We're heading to the middle of the year, so I just say wait it out.
Yeah, I mean, I thought of some TVs and stuff. I'm not just gonna buy a TV and then go ahead and say find something. Oh no, that's a waste of money. Just to me, I'll probably just try it out, see how it looks, and then if I don't like it, I'm just gonna turn it in. I don't mind having. not having a TV down there for another year. I mean, as long as I got my basement done and I get my sound stuff together, I'm pretty much happy because my most important thing about the basement, besides getting it done, is I do want to get the audio right because uh, if I don't get the wiring done, if I get the wiring done after the fact, I just don't want to see all these holes inside
Oh yeah, I
the
got you.
drywall.
Yeah,
And so that's why I'm trying to get that done first, so I can get my speaker stuff together, and then I could get the TV. The TV, like I said, that could change in any
yeah,
day, any
and that'll
year.
be an
The
additional
speakers and
expense
stuff.
too, because you got to get that fixed
Yeah,
separate. So you don't want to
yeah,
go through that.
yeah.
So, all right. So here's another one. So, GTA 5 and Series X release date, enhancements, and what they know. So, I, one thing about Rockstar, they're very good at making games last a long time. I,
Man, they
you,
are.
they are amazing at
I
it.
mean, they're squeezing the crap out of GTA 5. I, dude, that game came out on the
PS3,
PS3.
yeah.
It came on the Xbox 360. It
So
was towards
three
the end of the
generations
console.
of consoles:
It
PS3,
was three
PS4,
it came
PS5.
out three generation account. I think people really don't remember that. I remember buying that game it came out in October in
It
what
came out it came
2000
out on the last life cycle of
2011.
yeah. It came out the last life cycle of PS3.
Yeah, yeah, hold on. It wasn't 2011. It came out,
It had to be
was it
12 or
2012?
13 because 13 is when
12
we
or
had the
13.
PS4.
Yeah, so it had to been 12. Yeah, yeah. The more I'm thinking about it, I think it was 12 and
Mhm.
stuff. Because I remember it came out in October, and I was just like, this game is great, but I don't know why it came out for the PS3. Why it couldn't just come
Just
out on the
wait until
PS5,
it was right around the
PS4.
corner.
So
And what's crazy is I beat it on the PS3. But what I
I
hated
did
about
too.
it
I
was,
beat on the PS3, and then when
yeah,
it did an upgrade on the PS4 and
it
on
didn't
in the
transfer
Xbox One,
your
I
stuff over. I was pissed. Your online
well
it
they
did,
did. Yeah,
but
the online stuff. Actually, you know what? The funny thing is, no, they did not. No, it didn't transfer over my saves. The more I'm thinking about PS3 save to the PS4, no, it
yeah,
didn't. And so I refused to play the game again
I
to like
haven't
beat it and stuff.
I haven't got the nuts to get back on there and play it.
But that whole online stuff, I know it's fun and stuff, but
It's
I just
fun.
never got, I just never really got into it and stuff. I think it's fun and I think it's great that they did that. But man, they know how to squeeze this game every last. I mean,
But they do it right because people are still playing it though.
this game been out for almost 10 years. The more I'm thinking about this, this game, yeah, it's been almost 10 years since this game been out, and it ain't even come out with GTA 6. And it says it's supposed to come out with GTA
Yeah,
6
yeah, yeah, yeah. We've been seeing articles
sometime.
and rumors or whatever the case
Yeah, it's
may
supposed to be
be.
announced
Yeah,
sometime. It's definitely not coming out this year. It may come. I'll be shocked if it come out next year. I think it's going to be a 2023 launch and stuff. So
yeah. There's a lot of games I'm hopeful for that I really want to play. You already know I'm ready for part 2 of Final Fantasy VII, and I'm looking forward to the Yuffie story on in June. Man, I cannot wait, dude. I'll be streaming that game as much as I can. So I, and then what was the other one? Crimson Desert, and that one you showed me, Max, with kind of the Devil May Cry mixed with, it was just amazing. It was like an anime game. Wasn't it like an anime game? Whatever the creature was, where it turns into a
yeah,
dragon
I
and
can't.
attacks.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of that game, but it's still in development. But from reading it, it's only going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5.
That's fine. I got one. That's all I care
Yeah,
about.
so yeah, it's going to be sweet and stuff. It's going to be, yeah, it looked like it's a really good game. So.
Yeah. So so we'll see what happens with oops, I hit the button too many times. We'll see what happens with GTA 5. I mean, GTA 5 is so open concept. You can put anything in that game, and just because of what it is and all the stuff you can do, it just makes it fun. And
Yeah,
I
I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do with the enhanced version of it. I wonder if it's gonna be like it can't be no 4K 60 like a native 4K 60. I think it had to be like a checkerboard because it's just like it's so open world. I don't see
It's a lot of
them.
rendering. It's a lot of rendering, a lot of
Yeah,
processing.
yeah, I don't even think the Xbox or even the PlayStation 5
That
can
that
handle
game
it.
will be perfect for DLSS and Fidelity FX. That would be a perfect
Yeah. I bet you
implementation.
that's what they're gonna say. I bet you they're gonna say it's 4K 60, and I'll be so shocked if they say it got like minor ray tracing stuff. I'll be so shocked
Well,
if they say that. I
you know
don't think
they
they will,
yeah. Well, you
but
know they
I'll be
do a lot of
shocked.
trickery, right? They do a lot of trickery. They could possibly implement the PS3 graphics on it and then bump it up to 4K 120. That's that I mean there's been times where it's like why do you think a lot of the mobile version of games run so well on your phone like Call of Duty like it runs at 90 hertz on my phone, but the graphics are not as powerful. That's one way of doing it, but I'm pretty sure they'll get dogged out for doing that, but their best bet is not native. Just they need an upscaler, an advanced upscaler, and Fidelity FX and DLSS will be perfect. And I mean, if you want to use DLSS right now, if you have a graphics card, uh, get you. I mean, get you. You have the newest 3000 cards that has the DLSS technology in it. You could probably experience that now at higher frame rates on a computer though. But everybody doesn't have a gaming PC. So but you also got to have the high end monitor or TV or whatever. So you still need the hardware to be able to see it. Uh, the for the game to run smooth, for the higher frame rates, for the fake native resolution content, but it just looks amazing. You can do it right now on the graphics cards. So
Yeah.
that's if you don't want to wait for them to implement this. And when is this coming out? Is it November or something?
It's gonna be towards the end of the year. I think it
Yeah,
could be like a November
yeah,
launch type
yeah. It
stuff.
says this November. It says it here in the article. So yeah, so this November, maybe they'll release that, and then they'll probably say something about GTA 6 when that comes out. That's normally how things work. When they
Mm,
release new technology, and they know, and also here is GTA 6, and you'll probably get a trailer, and then we won't see the game for like 5 years. So other than
yeah.
that, here's a pretty interesting article. You sent me this, Max.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the
Which
Sony
one?
files patent for Bitcoin wagering on PlayStation and other consoles. So,
Yeah, so that's I think it's interesting because not only okay, so for Sony part, I think a certain I can't remember what games. I think it could be Apex Legend that's doing it, but you get the they're demoing where you could use you could pay with cryptocurrency. And I believe Bitcoin, I think it's Bitcoin or Ethereum you get to use for purchasing some in-game stuff. So I think that's kind of interesting because I had a survey from Xbox and they asked me if you part of the Xbox Insiders, they asked a specific question about the stuff that you pay on store. He said, "What would you like to see?" And the funny thing is that they had cryptocurrency as a way of payment for in-store items. And he said, "Would you like to see that in future releases? Would you like Xbox to
implement it.
accept cryptocurrency and
Hmm.
stuff?" And I thought it was kind of interesting because after I did that survey, then Sony came out with that announcement, which I think is kind of interesting too. So the reason why I brought that up is because it seemed like a lot more people are starting to get into cryptocurrency.
Yeah, cryptocurrency has been an interesting topic this week. But I think that will make a lot of people happy, especially folks who are holding on to it like it's regular money they get every day. And some people are basically buying stuff online and going to stores. There's a gas station down the street down the street from me, Speedway. They accept Bitcoin for payment for gas or any items in the store, and it has it on the digital sign when you drive by it. So there's a lot of people that use this. If you know what you're doing, if you're into this stuff, you know what you're doing. that use this in their everyday lives. They probably was an early adopter and acquired a few bitcoins, became rich, and that's all they spend it on. Not to get too deep into it, but crypto.com has it where you can get a debit card and you can upload it with crypto, and you can go to regular stores and gain money back in crypto, and your crypto can earn interest on it. So I mean, there's a lot of people are diving deep into this thing, and to be honest
Mhm.
with you, I think cryptocurrency will be amazing for gaming. If you want my opinion, a digital currency, and it's more secure than your debit cards and credit cards, and it's not tied to anything. And if you have it, you spend it. Especially if you invest it in something and earn extra money on it, you got this extra money. You basically got a game for free, or whatever add-on or console if they start doing it. And then I don't think it would be hard to implement that because it's digital. You have more uh, when you're dealing with your own bank and you tie your bank account to certain things and go through all these verifications. Uh, but cryptocurrency it's a little you don't go through a lot of that stuff where you gotta wait on what is the most popular thing they use. Plaid, when you apply your bank to something, they use Plaid to for their super security stuff, and it's supposed to be secured. And next thing you know, your credit card information got stolen, and you're like,
Mhm.
you're like, what the heck? I thought it's supposed to be secure. So I think this because currency is heading into this. I think it'd be a good idea to be an early adopter for that. And then these big companies don't think they're not invested into the crypto market either. So they have Bitcoin. They will accept it. They will. That's why I don't think it's not gonna be a long, hard, and drawn out conversation when it comes to this.
Yeah.
So they accept it. They have investments in it. Probably just about any top tier company are invested in this stuff. And I'm pretty sure they're shooting themselves in the foot right now where the way it's going. They're probably losing millions of dollars right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, but I think it's a way to go. I think it'd be an easy implementation. It'd be easy for especially folks with external wallets or wallets tied to an address. All you do is put the address in there. You pay with your currency. Your name is not tied to it. Well, your name will be tied to it because your gamer tag will be tied to whatever game you're buying and be on there. But as far as where the money comes from, it's not tied to it. You're not locking in a credit card or anything. So and it's pretty hard to steal. Uh, I mean, there are hackers that do it, but it's pretty much hard to steal addresses when you're using different addresses to pay for stuff with cryptocurrency. So I think it's a good move, especially now. Well, I'm saying this because I'm all into it now. so,
Yeah.
uh, but I think this is a good move. I mean, what's your thoughts on it, Max?
No, I think it's over. I think it's good because I think that's going to be the future too. As much as people want to deny it and stuff, even some governments, especially China, doesn't care for it. I think it's going to be the future because with the value of the dollar nowadays, that's why I see cryptocurrencies going towards and
It
stuff.
is not
So
the fact that China's not interested in it. They want to make their own coin, from my
yeah.
understanding, and they're not interested in the huge cryptocurrencies. There's still going to be cryptocurrencies, like I don't want to name stuff, but things that are not at the top five or top three, they're not interested in. They don't have nothing to do with it. But the smaller ones, you'll be able to use still in China because it doesn't have a huge section of the market. From my understanding of it, I may be completely wrong, and this is not no financial thing that we're doing. so,
Mhm. Yeah.
so I think a lot of people are freaking out, kind of for no reason, to be honest with you. And when they come out with their own cryptocurrency, people are going to buy that too. Whether China, and you think China's going to say no to everybody else buying their cryptocurrency, it's going to help their economy. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
well,
agree.
so here's an interesting article. uh, so PlayStation, uh, is something I've been saying for the longest. Is something that they need. Sony needs to get into the PC gaming market. Uh, they started, putting certain games on like what's Hideo Kojima's game, Death Stranding, and
Mhm.
you can play what's the Horizon? What's the name of the game? You can actually buy those on Steam, and those are like PlayStation exclusive game. Oh, and Days Gone too. You can get those on Steam. So I if this is actually, hopefully this is not a crappy article, but I've seen this in a couple places. Uh, I I think it's a good move as far as PlayStation. I mean, because Xbox is dominating the PC game. At one point, there was always just Steam. It was Steam. It was Origin. It was well, Origin is EA. There was Steam, Origin. What's the third one? Oh, you got GOG and you have Blizzard. Blizzard has their own proprietary thing, and Sony was the only one that's lacking in this department. And Xbox, because of what they do and because it's Microsoft and how easy they're able to implement it. Because remember, Xbox been out of the game. Well, it wasn't even Xbox, just Microsoft in general. Excuse me. Even though they're like the PC gurus, they've been out of the game because they haven't been successful at all in PC gaming. And I think the last great game that came out for PC from Microsoft was Halo 2. And no other Halo came out after that on PC. And they're finally just now releasing all this stuff on Windows 10 because they didn't do it with Windows 8 and all that stuff. Windows 10, you got Game Pass, and Game Pass just takes everything to a whole nother level because you pay one price, you get all these games, where you still individually pay for games on Steam and whatever other platform. And Sony needs to well, they don't have to do an Xbox thing of Game Pass, but they just need to be in the PC market. People who has PCs would love to play exclusives on the PC gaming market, and I think this is a good move on it. I think they're a little late, but Sony has the time, Sony has the money, and they can do it, whether it's successful or not. So, I, having it on Steam, that's fine. I think PlayStation should have their own proprietary thing like Game Pass does and like Steam does, and just compete with those guys and try to win the market over. I don't know if PlayStation hadn't have enough games. None of them will have more games than Steam. I'll tell you that right now. You can combine PlayStation games and Xbox games together, and they still won't have enough as many games on Steam that it is out there now. Because remember, Steam been in the game for the longest. And then remember the whole flop of Steam machines. I think that lasted for about a year because
Yeah.
it made no sense to get a Steam machine where you could buy a PC and when you bought a PC, it was a Steam machine. Like it was just a branding. There was nothing different about it besides having a button and big picture mode loads up, and but you can do big picture mode on a regular PC. So Steam machines really make sense back then. I hate that the Steam Cloud service, their I'm sorry, their remote play thing, like the Steam Link didn't work because that was amazing. The Steam Link was amazing, and it was like the most solid remote play that was out there. And then PlayStation, came out with theirs. So if PlayStation do come on PC, I will be all into it. I will tell you that, and especially you're unlimited, right? You have a 144 hertz, 240 hertz monitors, high resolutions, and you can play these games higher than the PS5 on their exclusives. So even Xbox has their own thing where you can bump up the frame. Don't Xbox got like a uh whatever game mode or crazy mode or something where you can bump up the resolution. Oh, I'm sorry, you can bump up the performance to get better visuals.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for frames per second. Yeah,
yeah,
frames boost FPS. Yeah,
yes. So you
that's
get
what it
the
is.
yeah.
FPS booster.
So just imagine you go to a proprietary PlayStation page and use Microsoft's software to bump up to make it look better. I mean, you're just unlocked when you're playing games on the PC. That's why games will always look better on the PC. Once you buy a console, you're still locked to whatever they have, and you just can't go higher. You can't even overclock them. You just can't. You can give them better cooling, but it's still not going to give you because they're locked at a certain hertz as far as the processor and the graphics card. So you can't get much out of them. It's locked down, and you have that freedom when you're on a PC or a custom built PC. Even laptops like mine, I can overclock it at the push of a button, and I'm already better than well, my laptop's better in general, but I'm already even better if I were to play a PlayStation game on there. Like if I was to download Days Gone right now on PC and everybody else talking about, hey, it's performance mode on PlayStation. Well, okay, yeah, but I can go higher than that on my laptop. So, so it just looks good. It's much better. It feels better. PC really don't have HDR locked down as well right now. So, the best HDR experience right now is on TVs. But I mean, they're getting there. But it's up to the graphics card manufacturers. They're the ones that have to get in the game. And sorry, Max, I kind of ranted on this a lot.
Oh no, it's okay. No, 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 no. I'll let you take the reign on this one.
so, so I'm excited. I'm excited for that. If that article is true, which I believe it is, and I've seen it just about everywhere. It ain't just that one. That'd be awesome for PlayStation. They need to get into PC space. Otherwise, they're going to be left behind. If they don't get into the PC space now and they come out with another console, it's going to look bad for them. Well, I don't know. PlayStation has the Japanese market on lockdown, and Xbox is trying to get into that market more so. So both of them have their own thing that's going to keep them afoot, but one side needs to touch the other, and that's the same with the other side. So Xbox needs to do
Yeah.
certain things, PlayStation needs to do certain things. So
Hmm.
yeah, but other than that, that's all I
Yeah, I
have.
agree. Yeah, same here. Yeah, I know we was a little late to the podcast, so
Yeah, I
forgive
apologize
us on
this
that.
time. I apologize. Usually Max is apologizing, but I literally
Yeah.
just my mind was just whoo, and I was doing other things, and next thing you know, Max is like, "I'm online," and I'm like, "Shoot, I gotta do the, I gotta get us together." So
Yeah. Yeah, but
yeah,
that's all I have and stuff like that. If you get a chance, please subscribe to my channel, Max Chambliss, and subscribe to Moan Dog Gaming, so you know you can catch them on streaming.
yeah. When I stream, but I will be streaming Resident Evil, but I am going to look at Hood Outlaws. I'll determine my own whether the games suck. So I guess I'll wait $60 to find out. I hope it'll be a good $60. So we'll
Yeah.
see. And then I don't want to be locked down because everybody says this isn't good or this is good or isn't good. I like to find out for myself. So we'll find out if my $60 is worth crap. I mean, can you get refunds back if you buy a digital copy from either one of the consoles?
PlayStation, I don't think you get a refund except for that
Okay.
whole Cyberpunk stuff, but Xbox you do.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll find out. And then
Yeah.
it'd probably feel good to finally put on my Pulse 3D headsets. Dude, I haven't ever since the Xbox headsets out. That's all I've been wanting to be on. So because I love the whole bass
Yeah.
thing. So, but yeah, I'll finally see. You still use you have yours on now.
Yeah, I use this primarily for when we do our podcast. I mean, I love these things. I think these things are pretty good. Do I think it's better than the Xbox? I think both had their pros and cons to it. Um, I'd like both of them equally and stuff if it makes sense. But I think the signal on the Pulse is better than the Xbox
That's because that's a
ones.
dongle. Dongles will always be better than just a Bluetooth connection.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so that's just my opinion. Unless Xbox come up with a another fix for it, like a firmware update.
Hmm.
I just know for my while I was using the headset, I just know that my signal will get disconnected for whatever reason
For the Pulse or for the Xbox?
for the Xbox.
As I got on, and I don't want to just put those in the dirt. I rather get my money's worth. So,
Yeah.
I could use both the headsets for the podcast or anything else I'm doing, but then these I spent all the money for these and they won't be used, so I still keep these as my main PC headsets. And then whenever I'm console gaming, I'll use the proprietary ones to the consoles. So, all
Yeah.
right. Other than that,
No.
that's all I have for today. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Hope you have a good one.